wear an expensive Swiss watch, Rolex ideally, because in a life or death situation, it will always get you on the last plane out of wherever you are. So if you're in Lebanon and you want to get on the last plane out of Lebanon, you can hand over your Rolex and jump on the plane. And that's a very good way of carrying wealth on you that isn't usually confiscated from you when, the police come and search you and raid your house, etc. Yeah, freedom, geographical freedom is very important also, because things go wrong all the time. There's famously a bunch of people in Florida now who will not leave their homes, who will not leave their boats, who will not leave Florida at all during this hurricane, which happened, I think, last night or yesterday. And the reason they're not going to leave is because that's all they've got. That house and the stuff in it and the dog living in it with them is all they've got in the world. So what, hitchhike where? To come back and find their whole lives wiped out? They'd rather stay with their stuff. They'd rather die on their hill, quite literally. And I think that geographical freedom, it is, of course, tied to finance. But as an American, with the upcoming election, as a citizen of anywhere in the world with a political climate that's uncertain, certainly have your passport. Certainly have friends in other countries that you could stay with. Certainly keep enough money in the bank for a plane ticket. Certainly keep all of these things, in your back pocket. Because if you aren't free geographically, then you can get tied up in stupid situations politically. My brother and I preach this all the time, and ironically, we found ourselves trapped in the country of Romania. But that only happens at a really extreme level. There's nowhere in the world I was safe at that point. However, I'm still very, very free. I'm a very free person. Life is good. I can see any woman I want, anytime I like. I fly them in. They come and hang out with me. I see any friends I like from anywhere in the world, war room members, old school friends. They jump on planes. I fly them to me. I'm still free within my house, more so than lots of people who can go wherever they like. Because they can't go wherever they like, can they? They haven't got a passport. They haven't got any bloody money. They sit on the internet tweeting hate tweets about me and my brother about how we're constrained within the country of Romania, which is a very big, very beautiful country. But yeah, I'm very free. If I need to see my mother, private jet, she gets on the jet, she arrives here at my house via chauffeured car. I'm free to do things that a lot of people aren't.
And the sales experience of the things you buy in London is better than almost anywhere in the world. New York, comparable. Some places in Dubai, comparable. However, even when I was in the Rolls-Royce showroom, signing the papers for the car, looking the car up and down, etc., there was champagne in my hand, all the champagne I could drink. You're sitting there, getting pissed. It's part of the English culture. I think that's why English do it best. It's exactly the same on Savile Row when I go to get my suits made. When I go and I try this jacket on for size, it's a bit too big in the shoulders and they're pinning it down, etc. There's a gin and tonic in one hand, a champagne in the other hand. You're talking, you're making stupid jokes, you're feeling all these expensive materials, you're making stupid decisions, you're drunk as fuck, you have a good night out, you go home and you're hungover the next morning, you look at your tailoring bill and you're like, I've spent 160,000 pounds, haven't I? However, it's totally worth it. The shopping experience for the most expensive things in the world is not just about picking up the item. Procuring the item is secondary. And it should be the same. London's getting dangerous nowadays, but even if you go into a Patek Philippe shop and you've ordered this watch, obviously, you would have had to order it in advance and it's ready and you go in there to pick it up. It's, oh, hello, Mr. Tate, how are you? Please take a seat. Would you like a glass of champagne? Even when Andrew goes into Armani, for example, because he's such a well-known customer, it's, oh, hi guys, how are you? You sit down, here's some booze, not for Andrew because he doesn't drink, and let me bring all the things in your size that I think you'll like. That's a shopping experience like no other. It's very different from, I remember going through the racks at Matalan. If you're English, you'll know the reference, and trying to find a pair of jeans that fit me after all these pairs of jeans and nothing's tailored and nothing fits and it's horrible. And then I find a pair of jeans and it's £4 more than I have in my pocket because I've only got £30 and you can't negotiate. Shopping sucks unless you're a millionaire.